Hi, do you ever find yourself so bored that watching television or sing, so the soil is therefore what? Hydric soil, that's right. Reduce O2 with the hydric soil. So this, as you can see, is scrub and shrub wetlands. Now, scrub and shrub wetlands are marked by what? By scrubs and shrubs. They're what? They're plastron wetlands, that's what I mean. So what you have here is hydrophytic vegetation, hydrophytic flora, which would be hydrophytes.
Okay.
Searching. No signal. Unable to find location. Make an immediate left turn.
For Pete's sake! Hi friends, Tanya here, your naturalist on the Wild Pacific Trail in beautiful Yuułuʔił្�atḥ, British Columbia, Canada. Today we are bringing the Wild Pacific Trail to you, and we are exploring a woodland bog. Let's go! Welcome to a woodland bog, classically defined as a poorly drained, rain-fed, low area where stunted trees mix with peat moss. Or commonly to me known as a whimsical wetland with broccoli bonsais deprived of nutrients, yet thriving on magic carpets of moss floating over pools of acid. Both descriptions are accurate. A bog is one of 5 types of wetlands: a bog, a marsh, a fen, a swamp, and shallow water. Here we have a species that is very unique to our woodland bog environment. It is a shore pine, and it is a coastal variety, a slow-growing variety of the lodgepole pine, which you can find in interior BC and into Alberta. And you can have a closer look and see that the needles come in pairs of 2, and the cones look like this. This is another species in the bog, the western hemlock. The western hemlock has these beautiful needles that are flat, all different sizes, and they've got these tiny, tiny, cute little cones. This is full size. If you were to find a hemlock outside of the bog and you took a slice of that to sample how old the tree was, you could take the tree cookie like this and be able to count the rings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, and find out that a tree like this would be about 20 years old, whereas the tree in the bog, the same size, can be about 200 years old right here. Sphagnum moss, commonly known as peat moss, thrives in the bog. It's what creates the bog. This moss continually grows and dies on itself, layering and layering. Right now, we're on over 2 meters underneath us. The sphagnum moss releases tannic acid into the areas around us, which hinders the bacteria growth and recycling the nutrients to other plants. That's why a very diverse and weird and wonderful group of species live here. This is a peat pellet used to start a garden seedling. It represents a dried out peat bog in the summer. And this is what happens when it rains. The peat holds 20 times its weight in water. That's why the bog is so spongy. This is a sundew. It's a relative of the Venus flytrap, and it's got at the end of their tendrils this dewy nectar. What happens is when a fly comes up to the sticky nectar, they get stuck, and then within a fraction of a second, the sundew slightly closes just enough to hold them in, and then they slowly digest them. Takes about 2 days. They only need to eat about 5 times a month. This species here is known as running or crawling club moss. Club moss reproduce by spores, like moss and lichen. Lycopodium powder is the dust-like powder from the dry spores of the club moss plant. When mixed with air, the spores are highly flammable, and they were used in the early flash photography. Building a low-impact bog walk like this is no easy feat. Our Trailmaster Oyster Jim built a cedar boardwalk, flipped it upside down, filled it with gravel, and created a raft floating on the moss. Fun fact, if you were to do a gentle jump like this, you'd be able to feel and see the water move all the way over there, and there, and there. You can see how open this area is. The trees are all twisted and gnarled, and there's just such a unique diversity of weird and wonderful species. It really is pretty easy to get lost here if you went off the trail. Do you have a bog or wetland close to where you live at home? How well do you know it? I challenge you to go out and find a bog, even if it's online, and spend some time, get to know what they're like, and feel their disorienting magic. But be careful, and please stay on the trail so you don't get lost. Help us protect these weird and wonderful, delicate bog plants. See the description for take-home activities that you can do on bog-related things at home. If you liked this video, give us a like. If you loved it, subscribe.